Good day to all. In this video, we will be starting the chapter Anatomy of Flowering Plants. Initially, starting with the definition of anatomy. So, in anatomy, we will study the internal structure of plants. If we talk of morphology, morphology is the external structure and anatomy is the internal structure which we are going to study. First, we will look into classification of plant tissues. Broadly, we can divide plant tissues into two parts. The first part are the meristematic tissues and the second part permanent tissues. Talking of meristematic tissues, these can further be divided into two parts, primary and secondary. Primary meristematic tissue has two types. The first is called as apical meristem and the second is called as intercalary meristem. Talking about secondary meristematic tissue, it has lateral meristem in it. After meristematic tissues, we come to the second plant tissues that are called as permanent tissues. These are of two types. The first is simple and the second is complex. Simple tissues can be of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. We can remember it by a short form, that is PCS. So, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Complex tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. So, these are different type of plant tissues which are present in plants. Now, these tissues will form the tissue system. So, we will look into the tissue system in detail. So, if we talk of tissue system, it is divided into three parts. The first is epidermal tissue system. The second is ground, also called as fundamental tissue system, and the second is vascular or conducting tissue system. First, we will be looking into the details of epidermal tissue system. Now, when we talk of epidermal tissue system, it is the tissue which forms the outermost covering of plants. So, first point is about outermost covering. Now, this epidermal tissue system, there can be three parts in it. It can have epidermal cells or epidermis. Stomata is included in it, and even epidermal appendages, trichomes and hairs, these three are included in epidermal tissue system. We will be looking into these details one by one, and first we will look into the detail of epidermis. Coming to epidermis, it is the outermost layer of plant. Usually, this epidermis will be single layered, but there are cases in which multi-layered epidermis is also present. Then, if we talk of the cells that are present over here, so cells are elongated, cells are compactly arranged, and these form a continuous layer in the case of epidermis. Now, these epidermal cells or epidermis, these will be formed of one of these plant tissues that we talked about. So, epidermal cells are primarily parenchymatous in nature. If we try to find out where we studied parenchymatous, then in permanent, simple, there was a type of tissue that was parenchymatous or parenchyma. So, these cells will be forming this epidermis. These cells are characterized by a large vacuole. If the vacuole will be large in the cell, then obviously the small amount of cytoplasm will be present towards the cell wall in a thin layer, and that is the criteria of these epidermal cells. Now, these epidermal cells, they have a layer which is called as cuticle. Now, mostly cuticle will be present in the case of plants. There will be cases in which it will be absent, and the function is that cuticle prevents the loss of water. The point to be noted here is that cuticle will be absent in the case of roots, because in the case of roots, the function of roots is to absorb water, and if cuticle is present, obviously it is waterproof and water cannot be absorbed, and that is why cuticle will be absent in the case of roots.